Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to put out another video out here and show off my sort of Minuteman general build. In the gameplay you're gonna get what exactly I'm going for, using the laser musket, the flare gun, the broadsider, and I believe I was using the Shem drone sword. So this sort of gives you, some like new ways to play with. It's definitely not an overpowered build. It's definitely from like beginning to moderate difficulty within the game. So if you want to play around with this level at later levels, good luck. I found it a bit challenging. But what I really wanted to talk about was the Nuka World announcement, and Bethesda released a description for it stating how you'd be able to take over certain settlements with raiders, and I just thought that was so cool. I was wondering maybe we can apply that sort of system to one of our existing settlements. So basically, all the settlers that you have with maxed out weapons and gear, and they sort of can follow you, possibly level up. So they gain levels from this. So essentially you're going out on quests and missions with basically a little army with you, and I think that would be just so cool, and I really hope that they're able to bring over this mechanic from Nuka World into the main game, to add some longevity to when you're playing. I'm really disappointed that there's not going to be another story mission. I know we got Automatron and Far Harbor, and now we're getting a Nuka World, but I really wish they would have thrown in some more DLC. Doesn't look like my hopes for the Enclave coming back. I don't think that's gonna happen, which is a shame. It's disappointing. I really wish they would have given this game a little bit more time, a little bit more DLC. But it makes sense that Bethesda's going on to bigger and better things like Elder Scrolls 6 and the remastering of Skyrim, and I could only assume Fallout 5, where that's going to take place. I wish they'd be able to do, now that I'm thinking about it, I think San Francisco would be a great place to have Fallout 5. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Fallout 5, San Francisco would be the sort of area. I think that would be right in the heart of NCR territory. You'd see how the people are living on that side. Because in Fallout New Vegas, it was sort of the middle, like close to the Nevada area. So I think if we went further out west, unless Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 covered that area already, I don't know. I never played them, but yeah. Back to Nuka World. Hopefully they implement some systems that really give us a chance to have fun. And I think I'll do a couple more builds like this, sort of just weird. Not weird, but sort of builds that you can play around with, different tiers. I was wondering, because of the rating system that we might have in Nuka World, is there going to be something else like another flare gun, different ammunitions for the flare to call in different groups of people? I think that would be pretty interesting. Because the flare gun in the base game just is horrible. I really wish it was done better. And as far as the Minutemen as a faction, they can definitely be a lot stronger, have better armor, and really be, you know, they're not going to be anything like the Brotherhood of Steel, but, you know, make them be able to take on, you know, at least raiders. You know, you're doing all this building and traveling, and you're really boosting up the ranks. I think it should show in the growth of that. So yeah, but I really can't wait for Nuka World. I think that DLC is gonna be awesome. I didn't hear about the description that Bethesda released. So when I was looking at the park, I was kind of hoping, like, you know, please be controlled by the Enclave. Please tell me that there's a vault underneath the park with Enclave soldiers just growing in strength and number. But I don't think that's gonna happen, because they're gonna focus so much on the sort of raiding system, which actually makes you sort of a bad guy instead of being completely selfless in the game. So they're taking a new approach morality wise in the game, which is always interesting. And yeah, I mean, you're a bit of a goody two shoes in Fallout 4, but that's okay. I think the game was a bit too streamlined when it came to the missions and the main story. Didn't give you too much information and stuff like that, but I think that's due because of the dialogue system. But I mean, the way they changed it in Far Harbor, I mean, that's how they should have changed it before. I think the dialogue system in Far Harbor was great. It was a lot closer to the to Fallout 3 dialogue system that we had, where you're able to ask certain questions and things like that. It was still a little weird, because there was some times where you want to ask another question, but then they'd end the dialogue on you, and then you have to talk to them again. So I mean, it's not exactly perfect, but it's definitely a lot better than the base game in Far Harbor, which is probably what a lot of people liked. I definitely enjoyed that they did that. So I'm just really wondering what else is going to be in Nuka World. We have to wait a little while. So it's going to get released in August, and that's going to be it for Fallout 4. So they were pretty quick with the DLC. Fallout 4 was released last year in November. We've already had 3 DLCs. We're gonna have the next 3 in August. So Bethesda's keeping a tight schedule. So I can't wait to see what they do next. I'm really excited for that. So in my next video, I think I'm gonna go over Far Harbor. Maybe get you guys some gameplay of a Far Harbor build. I'm not sure yet. I definitely liked the various weapons and armor in Far Harbor. But I'm sort of more of like I don't know how to explain it, but anything that looks just high tech and you know, you're ready for combat, that's the kind of look that I like. So which is why I stuck to the combat armor for the Brotherhood. That's actually special. I have a Black Ops piece and the Overseer for the arms. I just painted them with the Brotherhood of Steel. So I mean, that's the kind of look I like. And we usually get a few looking apparel like that in the DLC, but then we always have that like rustic feeling look, like the trapper armor from Far Harbor. But in the video with the Nuka World, the raider, he had some interesting looking armor, sort of like it was scavenged from the park itself, because it had that sort of that reddish tint color that that you see throughout the park. So I think we're going to be getting a lot of weapons, a lot of armor. That's going to be pretty interesting and really cool to collect. So August. So I think so after Nuka World, we're going to be getting Skyrim remastered. So I'm definitely going to be picking that up. Can't wait to play it. I think it's going to be great. And then after that, we're just going to have to wait for what Bethesda releases. And they usually don't give my hopes up. They always have great games that I spend hours playing, so it's always great. And I heard that the VR at E3 was a bit broken, but I mean, they're changing gaming and they're going into a more realistic, more engaging experience. And I believe they're going to release Fallout 4 for VR in 2017. So they have a bit of work for that. I don't think that's much of an incentive to buy the game again and replay it, depending on the quality and what the overall experience is. I always love this fight and the gameplay. Yeah, trying out these new builds is like sort of changing the way I play the game a bit, and I'm having fun making these videos. They give me a different way to play, and it's pretty fun. I have to say the broadsider is a really cool weapon to use. But nothing beats that Gatling laser. I mean, I don't even have a legendary Gatling laser, and it just mows through anything. That's why I really stick to the main weapons that I use. But I'll be using a few different ones in these sort of like discussion / Fallout 4 builds sort of layout for these videos. And let me know what you guys think. If you like this kind of video, or do you want me to stick like directly to the build itself, and keep the discussion separate from that. But yeah, this is just something different that I'm trying. And I'll be back soon with a Far Harbor video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So let me know what you think about Nuka World, and if you're excited or if you're just meh, or you'll be excited when you first have it in your hands. That's sort of the way I like to be about it. I'm excited when I get my hands on it. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.